G'day, g'day, g'day. Mathematical KM here. Remember their initials, not a title. Keith Malumbi. And this one's not one of my games at Tuggeranong or Canberra Chess Club, so if that's what you were hoping for, look to the other videos. But this is all about the hippo, and I have, of course, been following Solomon Riddell, the chess giant, 7'2", I believe, giant among men. His excellent hippo course, which you can get on Gumroad. And he's recently, I think a month ago, put out this pretty cool video on, here's a deal, got a deal for you. Would you like, for the small price of a rook, a bishop, a knight and a central pawn? Sounds pretty good. Now, the title of my video, it may end up just showing just how much better Solomon and how much more he sees than me, but I've called it the A6 before B6 rabbit hole. Let's see. We're going to look at a few different ways of going the same trade. A knight, a bishop and a central pawn for the price of our rook. Now, as you can see, this is like most of the way into the thick-skinned hippo. This is in Solomon's video. Every hippo defense player needs to see this. And it's all about, you can see white throwing that knight in, where it's being threatened by a pawn, but white's bishop is threatening to take our rook. Idea being that we take back, we take the knight, he takes the rook, we take the central pawn, and the bishop has got the rook, but we can get another knight, or you can see where it's going. Let's quickly weave across, and I thought I had that set up there, but we will go to, and this is where I've taken a look at it. This is the initial setup that Solomon's looked at. And if the knight comes in, oh, they've moved their knight to c3. And this is in Solomon's standard way of playing. He has gone b6 first. Now I might dive back quickly to here. I did have this, I thought, on analysis. We'll go there quickly. Many apologies. Let's just try and quickly get it to the pretty much that point. The moves probably would not have gone in this order, but we'll get the setup to match the deal. And that's just about, yep, we are, oh, one more. The knight, there. So we're at the point, and Solomon's video cracks along with what's one more move? Oh, they castle. With b6. It matches now, and I'm going to suggest taking a look at how a6 goes. Why did I even think about the a6? And that's what I just very quickly want to go show you a few little things here. I'm thinking about a6. Let's just make dumb moves for white for now, because in some parts of the hippo course, there's some thought to given to get this sort of a battery going, and I was thinking, you know, you got a bishop on that diagonal, let's try and get a battery facing your single bishop. Then if the knight goes, woohoo, we can come in with the bishop, just good times. We don't actually get to see a battery being formed, but it did lead me into investigating A6 before B6. Now, I recommend Solomon's video is a good watch with the B6. His opponent throws the knight forward, and D times E5, taking the knight, is plus 0.6 or 7 to white, but very playable, and that's taken the deal, where we're going to get 2 minor pieces and a pawn for the rook, probably. But also he talked about rook to b8 being quite playable, and then you can go. And that's pretty much the scope of the video. And Solomon knows a lot more about chess than me, but just from the crazy idea of dreaming about getting a battery there of a queen and a bishop, I looked at A6 first. And that's the little rabbit hole we're going to take a quick look at. With a bit of luck, Solomon might watch this video and give me some feedback and tell me why I was right or wrong. So I've pasted these for quick access. Now, so that's the initial where we're going to play B6 or A6. Solomon's video goes with B6. He will probably take the rook, we take the knight, and that goes on. But he's throwing the knight in there and looking at the move D times E5. This whole little video is about D times E5. And it's plus 0.7. So I've given myself the moniker mathematical. We'll see if the maths of this is of interest. Let's take a look. If we, instead of B6, play A6 first, then we do need to give white another move before. It makes no sense for them to throw their knight to E5 yet. But this is looking at white wanting to get the rook. It's kind of what the whole little vid was about. So white needs another move before the knight comes to E5, and they will put the knight to E5 because our next move will be B6. So we're going to take a look at if white plays queen to C2, bishop to F4, rook to E1, and just because I think it feels kind of human, A4. So we're going to look at 4 possible next move for white, followed by us playing B6, followed by the knight to E5, and see how that works out. So here we go. If white played queen to C2, and then we played B6, and then they throw the knight. So it's kind of a lot like, other than the A pawn being here and the queen being on C2, the queen's not on C2 and the A pawn's not there. And it was plus 0.7 to white with the pawn takes. Now if they've moved the queen to C2 and our A pawn's on A6, check it out. Bang, bang, bang. It is minus 0.72. Plus 0.7 to black if we take the knight with our D pawn. So that's 1.5 difference between having played B6 first or A6 first, given that white has queen to C2. So that's pretty good. And if nothing else, if it just means that white won't white's such a good player that they won't try for this trick because we played a6 first, well, thumbs up. They're not going to try the trick, and we will get our hippo set. Their knight will still be there. They'll do whatever they're going to do, and we'll get our bishop there, and we're into our full hippo. If playing a6 first just stops the trick, well and good. But if this was on their mind for a little while, they may well still go for it. And it's swung the game to us already. And that's if they play queen to c2 after we play a6. But what if they, instead of queen to c2, play bishop f4? Well, it means after we take the knight, things are even better for black, because our d5 pawn is threatening a bishop as well as a pawn. So minus 2.9 to black. So that knight is not going to fly in if they move their bishop there. Remember, we're going through white's 3 best moves after we play a6. Their final best move to check was rook to e1. We play a6, they play rook to e1, then we play b6, and then they throw the knight here to try and catch our rook. D takes e5 is minus 0.9. So for the white's 3 best moves after a6, followed by the knight coming in, we've got minus 0.9, minus 2.9, and minus 0.7. Versus if we went b6 first, d times e5 was plus 0.7 to white. So I'm quite ready to be, taught, where and what I'm missing, but it's looking a lot like a6 before b6 is a good idea. And on the final one, I threw in just because I thought that after we go a6, white playing a4 felt kind of human. Then we play b6, then they throw the knight in, and it's again minus 0.7 for black to take the knight, and then the bishop takes the rook, then we take the central pawn, and it's very much along the same lines as Solomon's video. In fact, in all of these ones, it's the idea being that we get the knight and then we trap the bishop. But just the other move white gets, and the difference made by our a-pawn being forward one, flips the script to minus 0.7, minus 0.7, minus 0.9 or minus 2.9. Strong advantage to black. So I'm going to throw this out to the little hippo players' top secret base, and see if anybody can show me where my thinking's gone wrong. It just seems like an improvement on Solomon's video is excellent on how to go about trapping the bishop in there and getting your deal of the 2 minor pieces and a central pawn for a rook. But it just seems that b6 before a6, and instead of being at 0.7 to white, it's at a minimum of 0.7 to black. And certainly I am looking forwards to feedback from any of the people on the Chess Giant Patreon or Solomon himself, because it just strikes me that I may have found a small improvement to a small niche what-if situation in the hippo. And looking forward to, any and everybody's comments on this and what you think about this, analysis. Anyway, there's just some thoughts for the day. The regular recaps of my games will keep coming, but it's almost my reaction with a possible, I'm not going to guarantee, but a possible improvement a modification of the same plan, really. And it was all from dreaming of getting that battery on that diagonal, which is not even doesn't even come into it. All right, bye for now from Mathematical KM. Like, share and subscribe.